Yeah, come on. So, hello, good evening, viewers at home. This is going to be a special lecture that is a new initiative to expand the scope of Omega Bio-Edutainment in terms of education. Um, Before I go on into what we actually have today, let me briefly introduce you to this section of Omega Bio-Edutainment. Don't forget that anywhere you see Omega Bio-Edutainment, you always see it as a OB3E. OB3E. O is standing for Omega, B is standing for Bio, then this 3E, so you have 3E. The first one is education, the second one is entertainment, and the third one is going to be on enrichment. Okay, so that's why you have OB3E. Now, in the area of education, I told you that educational series of Omega Bio-Edutainment does not actually start or stop or has a very narrow scope in terms of only biology. Some of us, our viewers, have been wondering why it has always been biology, biology, and biology. And since biology is not actually limited to education is not actually limited to biology, so it is for both science and non-science viewers. So, and not only that, the target, the audience for this is not only limited to those in higher institution. It is also anything that has to do with education. So, Omega Bio-Edutainment is already trying to expand the scope to limit it to, to broaden it into our tertiary institution students. Then we'll look at secondary schools, and later on, because we already have a kind of a collaboration with um, some institution and some individuals that will actually help us in the area of this, and even in junior school categories. So if you are seeing me this evening, that I'm still coming up to take a different subject apart from all this, please be rest assured that you are our major aim and objective is just to make sure that we take education to the grassroots, so that in this digital world, instead of us paying huge amount of money to hire tutors, physical tutors, and at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of attrition level, whereby when you see an individual taking more than 30, but taking them in different categories, taking them some subjects, you just discover that at the end of the day, you just have a kind of you know, lower output at the end of the day. So the teacher or the instructor will become so weary, and at the end of the day, we'll be able to see that. Then, apart from that, this will also serve as a complementary. It doesn't mean that because We now have Omega Bio-Edutainment, or we have online classes now that has to do with a secondary school or junior secondary school, that you will need to actually withdraw your words from their extra teachers, extra classes teachers. No, you might not need to do that, but this one will also serve as a kind of complementary to what you have in that regard. And don't forget that the aim of this platform is to take education, to take it global village. So we want to say that even at their the four corner of their rooms, they should be able to continue to learn. So that is this. So a lot of trained professionals, they will be also coming to take different subjects in the area. So we have actually expanded our scope in secondary school to actually cover a lot. At least 10 subjects will be covered in this series of Omega Bio-Edutainment. The first one will target English. So we are going to have English teaching categories. So we have mathematics. These are general subjects. Mathematics, okay. We are going to have biology. That is, we are going to have chemistry classes. We are going to have physics classes. I'm not the only one that will be taking that. So physics, we are going to have further maths. We are going to have geography. Okay, we are going to have agric science, and we are going to have literature in English. We already have specialists for all this. Then we are still going to have economics at the end of the day. So to actually tell you that Omega Bio-Edutainment is not actually meant for tertiary institution alone. So, and it's also going to be for both science and non-science students, even at secondary school. So be rest assured that we are here to actually serve you. Then we are going to be sharing a lot of instructional materials, a lot of instructional sections, whereby we are going to have CBT questions. CBT questions that will cover test of objectives. Then the other aspect is going to be theory as well. So all this will be solved. All this will be solved solution. Solved objective, as well as solved questions in each of these subjects. So we are going to start doing that any moment from now. Now you must have seen our advert, the flyer. So please don't forget that what you actually need here and what you need here is, you do not need to pay any token to anywhere. What you just need is to subscribe. You subscribe and you continue to enjoy our series of educational series in all these area. And once you have subscribed, you have to make comments in the comment section, because we normally harvest comments from our viewers. It's as a result of comments from our viewers. That's why we have to expand the scope of Omega Bio-Edutainment. So just like I said, all this, so that let's move straight to the subject of today. Let's move straight to the subject of today. And today we are going to start with mathematics. And we are going to cover one very important aspect of mathematics, which is some of us might find it very easy, while some of us might find it very difficult. And it's going to be sets. Okay, it's going to be sets. We are going to talk of which include what are the symbols. We are going to familiar ourselves to the symbols, to the use of Venn diagrams, Venn diagrams, and those ones that will involve us solving solving equations. So that is our business for today. Don't forget that when we say set, what do we actually mean when we say set? So it is set theory. Set theory is a fundamental concept. It is a fundamental concept, okay, in mathematics, which has to do with collections of objects, collection of different objects. And so when you say something is fundamental, another word for fundamental is primary, is important, the core area, the focus area, something that we cannot do without. That is a fundamental. So it is a fundamental concept. That is, if you want to understand mathematics, there's no way today that we won't actually have to involve at every point. It's not only mathematics, at every point in our life. For example, now in this SS2, SS3 students, set of SS3 students, collection of students in that class, that is exactly what makes them to be known as to be called SS3. Okay, now the first thing we will do is that you need to get yourself familiar with that is alphabets. You represent sets by alphabets. We represent sets by different alphabets, which has to do with A, it can be B, it can be C, it can be any alphabet at all. Okay, so for example, then you need to yourself familiar with some of notation. Some of us don't know how to write this. You must learn it. This is very important. You need to learn it. You can say that set A is, we have set of 1, 2, 3, and we have set B, which is okay, set B, which could be 2, 3, 5. Set C could be 1, A, B. So when you have to be familiar with this. There are 3 sets. Set A, B, C. Anywhere you see some of the symbols that involve something like this, this is called the universal set. Universal set symbol. And anywhere you see something like this, it is called the union of a set. When you say union means coming together. That is, you had, for example, if you say union A, union B now, that means you are going to add the element in A, you had it in element in B. So that is union. And if you are talking of a symbol like this, which is called intersection. Okay, so from this above, if you are given something like this, if the universal set, that is, universal set is a set, a bigger set that contains all other. For example, now we can say that universal set here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A and B. Okay, if the universal set, that is the set that house. So for example, in a big house now, in a big room or big sitting room is the universal set. Inside that big sitting room, you have set of chairs, set of pictures, set of different things like electronics and so on and so forth. And that set is going to be the bigger set that house all of them, is known as a universal set. So if you are not given something like this, that you have to find A union B, two, you have to find A union C, you have to find three, you have to find A union B intersection C. Then you have to find, let's say, intersection C, and 5, you have to find A intersection C. Let's say you are given this question to solve. That is, you have a universal set, which is what you have above. And out of this universal set, you now have 3 sets. A, which is a set, we have 1, 2, 3. They are members of set A. B, that is 2, 3, 5, are members of a set B. And 1A, B, they are center of a C. They are members of set C. Now, let's now look at how we are going to solve this problem now. The first thing is you have to find A union B. Don't forget that A union B, as I told you, what it means is that set A and B combine without repetition. So that means you are going to combine this set and this set together, A union B, without repeating it. So if you are going to do that now, that will tell you that in A you have 1, you have 2, you have 3. Okay, you have 2 here. In B, you have 2 there, you have 3 there, but you will not repeat it. Then the next one that without any repetition is 5. So that is why your set A union B is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the same thing we have to do for question 2. You have to find A union C now. A union C. So if you look at A here and you look at C there, in A you have 1, in here you have 2, in here you have 3. So when you go to C, you have 1, you won't repeat it again. You have A, then you have B. So that is why A union C is going to be 1, 2, 3, A without any repetition. Okay. Now, the next thing that you need to do before we are going to solve this, okay, let's try and solve this. Okay, this is number 3 now. You have to find A union B intersection C. That is what you have to find. So, what is A union B? A union B is what we have got in here, which is 1, 2, 3, and 5. That is A union B. So you want to find the intersection of this set with C. So, and what is C now? So this is going to be C. Set C is 1. Okay, so you have to look at what combines this set, which is A union B, with this set. That is, what can you find here that is also present here? So you just see that it is only 1. It is only one because this one is present here, it's also present here. It is not here, it is not here, this is not here, this is not here, this is not here. So we are only left with what we are, which is 1. Okay. Now again, having said that, the next one is that one of the reasons that we are not going into the two basic of this is just that too many people, many of us are already familiar. By the time I mention say, some people will already be saying, oh, what do we want to do with that? Well, so we are only focusing on the important and the most difficult aspect of it, which has to do with interpretation of this. So we have already done this. So let's go to B and C now. That is B intersection, B intersection C. That is, when you now look at set B and set C together, B and C, what is the intersection of B and C? This set B and set C, what is the intersection? What can you find here in set B and you can also find in set C? So nothing. So that means it is called null set. B intersection C is empty set, or what is called null set. So that is that. Then what's the next one, which is A intersection C now? What is going to be A intersection C? That is, what can you find in A and C? 1. Okay, so that is 1. That means in this area, that means we can now generalize that A union B intersection C, you know it is 1, abi? From here, you know it is 1. So, and A intersection C is also what? Is equal to 1. So we can generalize that from this set, A union B intersection C, which is equal to 1, is also equal to A intersection C. So because A intersection C is equal to 1, just like we have it here, and A union B intersection C, that is telling us that A union B intersection C in this set, in this example, not always, so in this example, that means A union B intersection C, A intersection C. So I think that is one thing that you need to know. So apart from this, apart from knowing this, I think it is better we go straight. It is better we go straight into okay, let me try and give you exercise. So this exercise, we are going to submit it in the comment section, in the comment section of this video, because this video is live streaming. Okay, we are live streaming it. So thereafter, we are going to put it in the comment section. So let's assume, okay, let's say exercise 1. Okay. So if you have, if unifier sets, if the unifier set is equal to 2, 5, 7, 9, A, C. Now I have 3 sets. Set A, which is 2, 9, and C. 2, 9, and C. And B, if you now have, let's say it is a 7, this is A or not 9, this is letter A. Okay, you now have 7, 9, letter A, letter C. So let's say you now have C, set C to be equal to 6, 5, 9. If this is 2, 5, 9. This is 9. Let's say that is what you have. So the question now, what are you to do? The question 1, you have to find A intersection C intersection B. Then you have to find 2. If you have to find A union B union C. Then if you have to find 3, that is A union B intersection C. 4, find A intersection B intersection C. And number 5, if you have to find A intersection B union C. So if you have to find that, so please you have to do it, and you submit it at you leave the comments or the response to the in the comment section. Now let me try and also mention of one very, very important thing: complement of a set. If you say complement of a set, from the word complement, from English, you know what it means. So the notation or the symbol of complement of a set here is either prime, or for example now if you say A prime, it's the same thing as A complement. A prime or A complement. So let us now find A prime. Okay, please put this one here. Okay, A prime or A complement. So A complement means that you are going to combine. So for example now, let's say you are in this example, you have A complement means that set A, it means set A minus the unifier set. Set A minus the unifier set. That means you are going to, whatever is in set A that you can also find in set B, that you cannot find, whatever is in the unifier set but it's not in A, is what is called A complement or A prime. So now A complement here, let's find A complement just like this. Let's write set A first. Set A is 2, 9 and C. Abi, when you now subtract the complements first, the unifier set, 2, 5, 7, 9, 8, C is the unifier set. So it is the unifier set minus set A. So if you want to subtract it from set A, what is set A now? What is set A? 2, 9, 2, 9. So we want to find A complement. That means this is the unifier set. Then you have to subtract it from A. Abi, you subtract A from the unifier set. So that means you have 2. 2 is here. You won't write it. 5 is here, but it's not here. That is 5. 7 is here, but not here. Write it. 9 is here, but it's here. You won't write it. A is here, but it's not here. And which other one? So that means the A complement is going to be 5, 7, and A. This is A, not 9. So that is what is called the complement of a set. Complement of a set. Okay. So just like I said, just like I said, that is now the next thing we want to do today is that I don't know, maybe I will want to stop here today because this is just an introductory class. The next thing we should do is just to look at how can we use Venn diagram, certain diagrams that is called Venn diagram, to be able to represent our sets, and that is what we will do in the next video of mathematics series. So don't forget what I said, that a set is nothing but is a fundamental mathematics, and I said it's not only in mathematics, in the life, in daily life. So for example, now we can say collection of students in Islamic high school. So in Islamic high school, you have students, you have teachers, and you have some other set of people in that category. So if you are saying, if you are collecting them together, that will now mean collection of a set of students or teachers in Islamic high school. So then apart from that, we have seen how we can begin to use some of the very common symbols and notations that you have to be familiar with in understanding, or if you want to solve any problem in mathematics which has to do with sets. So we look at object of any set, we look at a universal set, empty set, intersection of a set. What do we mean by union of a set, and as well as what do we mean by a complement, that is a complement set. Complement of a set is the universal set minus that set. Universal set minus that set. So, and that it is on that note that I want to stop here tonight. I want to sincerely believe that this is going to meet the demand in the demand of viewers at home, who are very curious and who actually want their children to perform excellently in the professional exam. Once again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.